If you want to be happy, if you want to achieve maximum fulfillment in this lifetime, if you want to express your talents, gifts, and abilities in the world, then you need to understand this one thing, and that is you are not you. This one thing is holding you back from all of it, from understanding what happiness really is, how to really get fulfillment. So, as you watch this video and as we go through it step by step, you're going to understand life differently and you're going to approach it differently and thereby up your chances of success at actually being happy. So, what do I mean when I say you are not you? What I mean is that you have this idea, your mind tells you that you are Ted or Bob or Mary or Alice. And that's the name you were given when you were born. You were told this from a young age, and you were told things about you like you're messy, or you're always late, or you're a great student, whatever it is. And all these things we've come to believe are part of who we really are, and they absolutely are not. So imagine that you're playing Monopoly and you believe that you're the car or the little dog or the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Do you think your gameplay would be improved by completely believing that you're the little dog in Monopoly and that you're running around biting people and you're trying to survive in this way? It wouldn't, right? It wouldn't be going better for you because you believe that. If you have this perspective of zooming out from the board and knowing that you are the human being playing the game, then you play the game with much more freedom, right? And it's exactly like that. So you are not a person named Bob or Mary or Ted or Alice in a body. You are this infinite spirit and soul. And it's essential to know this to extract any real happiness from life, because all of your pain comes from being identified with and invested in the problems of this Bill or Mary or Ted or Alice machine. So how does this work? Okay. This body, remember, is a survival mechanism. And the mind and the personality is part of that survival mechanism. This is a seek out any threats to the system and eliminate and destroy them system. That's what the body is. That's what the body does. And that is not you. That is just part of the biology we're born into. And then it's like, imagine that this body is your car. You are not your car. You get in and you drive the car. And the car is doing the things that a car does. The body is doing the things that a body does. It tries to protect you from harm. Now, of course, one of the biggest problems that we always run into with this is it's protecting you from harms that no longer exist in your life. The trauma that you had when you were younger created this sense of not safety, and now you're trying to protect yourself from harm. And what you're really doing is you are shielding yourself from your own greatness and from really expressing your true potential in the world. Okay, so back to the beginning. So we grow up, we're told all these things. We have a mind that is invested in and believes in this identity as a way to survive this world. And so we never really question that, it's like I was given the name Evan. I didn't choose that. I didn't choose my parents. I didn't choose where I was born. I didn't choose my how do you say that? My my eco-socius, whatever. I didn't choose my economical, social status. All that was given to me. And my mind believes that, and it constantly puts that back. I constantly have thoughts in my head that are telling me. Now let's try this little experiment while we're here. If you look at an object, any object, can be a Christmas tree, it can be a desk, it can be a car, it can be a plant. I wouldn't do another person. Now just look at it and stare at it. Without your mind, how do you know that you are not that thing? Your mind has to come in and tell you what the object is, and it has to differentiate for you. But without your mind, you are oneness, right? You are this experience of living, and everything is included in that. And so you, in a very real way, you are one with everything that you see, except your mind is trying to individuate. Your mind is trying to separate. And, do you have any feelings of separation in your life? Of course you do. And that's your mind. Your mind is separating you. It's telling you you're separate when in fact you are not. You are this one deep universal truth and spirit that is infinite. And that is what you are. And the pain in your life is caused by being identified with this small egoic self. And the small egoic self was trained by trauma. So it's growing up and it wants love and affection. That's normal. And then it doesn't get it at some point from a parent or whatever, or somebody's cruel to this child. And it starts to develop these beliefs about life. And these beliefs about life are developed to protect us. It's like, I am not loved, like I am not worthy. These things come up and we believe these things and we don't have any control over believing them. And they start to occur to us as truth. Like for myself, I grew up feeling like I didn't matter. And I carried that all the way through till I was 48 years old. Because I didn't understand enough to question it and realize that that's just a thought and that thought is not true. So the thing that not believing that you are this individual person gives you is freedom from the dramas of that person and the dramas that you carry around with you, that you believe, whether it's this child getting into this school or whether it's your best friend talked about you behind your back. It's all the drama of the ego because the ego is afraid that it is not loved, that it is not cared about. And when these things happen, it's so afraid that it's not going to get the love that it wants. But when you start to realize and understand that you are the love that you want, then you start to become free and you start to live from a space of freedom. And you all have experienced moments in your life when you're free. Life is easier when you're living in that freedom, right? When you're not identified with the problems. All of you have had the experience of you're embroiled in these problems and you have this moment of perspective where you shift out of it and you realize you're okay, even if you fall right back into it. So the chances of you succeeding go up enormously when you realize that you are not this small, petty creature, but you are in fact limitless. And then you can do the work of removing those limits permanently, and that's a lot of the work that we do in my workshops at Unblock Your Brilliance. It's my free community, and there's a lot of free 5-day workshops that already exist there. And then there are people who I work with in small group workshops and also in one-on-one consultations and coaching. So, you have an opportunity to go down and find a link below. Go ahead and do that. Go down and find the link below and press the button that says free consultation. And let's talk about your unique situation. And I can show you, usually it takes about 5 or 6 minutes to get down to sort of the core wound, the core lie that's blocking you. And you can start to relieve that pressure and that belief in that lie. So anyway, I hope this helps to start your journey in breaking free from believing that you are Ted or Bob or Mary or Alice, right? And starting to understand your true nature, the place where happiness really lies. Have a great one. Cheers.